the enthusiasm for what you had to read, but you did for the carrot, and that was enough to get you through that.
Yeah.
But again, most people, they're not even, you know, they wish really big, but they expect very little. So they don't have excitement for the carrot either.
Yeah. And I guess I didn't want to dwell too much on the 4 or 5% that might be out there saying, I've done it all before, because most of the people on this group are kind of enthusiastic. They're you know, ready to go. They're thirsty for this stuff. But I just want to throw that little bit in about kind of how I was 10 odd years ago, 8 odd years ago. So it's an interesting
I spent
discussion.
2 years with a gun in my mouth and cocaine in my nose. I used to do 5 grams of cocaine, you know, after the helicopter wreck. And I had already been doing personal development for 10 years up to that point. My life took a nosedive, you know, where every night I literally had a .357 Smith & Wesson pistol in my mouth with the hammer pulled back from my finger on the trigger, and was pumping cocaine and drinking booze and smoking cigarettes, and I mean, I definitely know what dark side of hell looks like. And people have always asked me, well, how did you turn that around? Pain. I got to the place one day where I saw the look on my mom's face when she came over to visit, my friends' faces of all the people I was letting down, just all, you know, I made really ugly pictures of how dark that road's going to be. And I said, okay, Kurek, it's decision time. So I unscrewed a broom out of a broom pole. I went out in my backyard, I held it over my head like a samurai warrior. And that was a pose that the samurai said, death before dishonor, that it's time to go forward or only death stopping me. And I cut a line in the sand, and I said, once I step over this line, I'm out. I give up. Or go in the house right now. Don't shoot yourself in the house, because it's not your house. That's your roommate's house. Go out into a field, you know, where nobody's going to find you, because your ego doesn't like that. You know, your ego, suicide people, they always want to do where somebody's going to find them so somebody feels bad. Go out in a field where nobody's going to find you. You're not going to ruin somebody else's house, you know. And all of a sudden, I'm going, well, that didn't sound very good. I said, well, either walk over the line or shoot yourself right now. Well, shooting yourself doesn't sound like a good thing. So I said, I'm crossing the line. And that line is the moment of decision. And decisions where your life changes. Because it means never am I going back. And I give up cocaine, cigarettes, alcohol abuse. I gave all my guns away, not to just people wandering down the street. I gave the gun collector. People always go, hey, you did what? People here, take a shotgun. No, it wasn't like that. But I mean, instantly, and I went cold turkey. And my life has been a progression since then.
Excellent.
So if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I'm certainly not the sharpest tool in the shed. The one thing that I do have is the ability, though, no matter how hard I've hit the ground, to brush myself off, stand back up, and go, that was interesting. I'm still going for it. Because it's not how many times you get knocked down that counts, it's how many times you stand up. And all you have to do is stand up one more time, and you complete your success journey. You make it one more time.
I love that quote in the last Rocky movie, I think. That similar quote.
Yeah, you know. And punch you know, but go for it.
One more round. Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, Sly's a great story. I mean, 5'7", half his mouth is paralyzed from they're giving him
from the forceps.
Yeah. And, you know, and every time I've talked to Sly, I always get a little interview question in to see what else, you know, and...
how he said no when he was broke, and he had to sell his dog.
Yeah.
Well, I love that guy's biography, man.
Yeah.
He had to sell the guy's dog to
$25.
live, and he was saying no to them offering him all the money for Rocky.
$61,000.
And he said no. How could, I mean, that is like you with your $20. You know, imagine the capacity, the mental capacity it took to say thanks, but no thanks. If you want this, I'm Rocky. Whoa.
Well, I'll tell you the funny,
that's empowering.
Kind of the closing story with that is, Sly was just having lunch with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And my buddy John Hirschfeld was Sylvester Stallone's roommate in college, so they've been the best of friends for like over 40 years now. And John walked in with a copy of my book, you know, and he said, it was just the three of them there having lunch, and he said, here's a copy of Kurek's book that he signed for you. And Sly looks at me and goes, wow, it looks great. And he said, Sly, he goes, it's a #1 bestseller. It took #1 on Amazon. Sly's like, no, get out of here. He goes, I was on Amazon. It was in the #1 spot, you know, hot new releases and, you know, all that stuff. And where I took like 10 categories on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles and all that stuff. And he looks at Arnold, you know, Sly does with the book, and you know, Arnold's kind of perplexed by this whole thing. And Arnold, Sly says, you would not believe how far this kid has come since I first met him. He was homeless. He was 18 years old and homeless. And he said, but this kid, man, you know, you always said, I'm going to be somebody, I'm going to do it. And people used to say, why do you have this guy up at the house, and why is he there? And I always just say, because you have no idea who this guy's going to become, but he sure reminds me of somebody. And Arnold was like, who? And he goes, me. He goes, you know, he acted like he was a millionaire even when he didn't have 2 cents to rub together. He goes, God bless him. And that's when he signed me the poster.
Beautiful.
And got back.
You finally got one.
Finally got
Excellent.
one, you know.
Excellent. I did an interview somewhat like this, but over the phone, because I really respect, only by his character, because I've spoken to the guy for about an hour now, Rudy Ruettiger, and you would have heard of Rudy a fair bit. And again, he spent some time with Sly. He did Rudy because he loved Rocky, watched it a million times, you know. And I was quite honoured that, isn't it interesting, like, this is how we started our conversation, this is how we kind of wrapping it up. It's just a couple of phone calls and asking the question, Rudy, I love your stuff, you know, I love it, can we have a yarn about it, because it might help empower some salespeople, you know. He said the same thing, if I can do it, you know, with dyslexia and all the stuff that he had against him to fulfil his dream. And his dream wasn't saving the world, it wasn't doing all those things, it was just getting into a college to do his dream, you know, and yet he just did it and persevered.
Well, there's a business down in Wollongong that just had Jerry Seinfeld do commercials for him. It's like a home loan company or a building company, I think it is. A building company.
Yeah.
And he did like 25 commercials for them, right?
Because they asked.
And, well, yeah, and the radio announcer, you know, calls up the building company and said, how did you get Jerry Seinfeld? And he mentions Wollongong, you know. And they go, well, we asked him. And he go, what? He goes, yeah, we just sent him a letter to his agent and told him what we want to do. And he's only done 2 other commercials, American Express, and they paid him millions for it. And we just asked him, he said, cool.
Oh, man,
so we went to New York, we made a street look like Wollongong and put up street signs and all that stuff. And then he did like 20 spots for us.
Wow. It's fun. I'll tell you, if that's any lesson we can get out of this, just ask. Because I went to the States some time back, and I'm a big fan, and always have been, ever since. And he's not that famous here, but George Carlin.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's over here, he's just the guy in the Bill and Ted movies. But of course you know. He's a legend over there, yeah. And I asked him, we had a band at the time, and we wanted to be rock stars and stuff. And I said, George, I've loved your stuff, I love it. Can you do the intro for us? And he was talking about Australia, he was talking about Rodney Rood and some of the comedians here that he'd heard of and everything. And 3 weeks later, a DAT tape arrives in my mailbox with the intro that George Carlin went to the studio, recorded, talked about our band. Hey, listen up, all you people, this is George Carlin, you know. And I thought, there you go, there, ask. Even, like we're talking about asking maybe famous people for help or whatever, asking successful people for help. We're also talking today about asking yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's as equally as powerful, isn't it? Yeah.
The quality of your life comes down to the quality of your communication. The quality of your communication comes down to the quality of questions you ask. So go for grand, ask with passion and enthusiasm, and keep asking until somebody says yes. And sometimes you can ask the same person over and over again, because a lot of times people just have a knee-jerk reaction to say no. But when you keep staying in there, they go, man, obviously this person's going to do something with it. You know, that's the difference. I mean, people ask me sometimes, and they say, hey, can I have the Natalie Cook deal, you know, where I'm an athlete, and I say, no, and they go, okay. But see, right there you fail. Natalie Cook would have kept going for it.
She would have, yeah.
And it's a test. I want to see, what are you going to say after they say no? But they go, okay, hey, thanks, didn't want to bother you.
Yeah, my first email, it wouldn't have stopped there had you not have been so gracious and said, yes, mate. But
I already picked it up in your email, so that's great.
Excellent, mate. Well, let's just take a quick moment, because I wanted to give you, again, these guys, it would be disrespecting these guys who are listening or in the room or whatever, to not mention your Life Success Program. Is that the title of it? Your ongoing
Yes, the Life
program.
Success Club.
Let's talk about that. If they want more Kurek, how can they get that?
Well, first we have our Life to the Max program
the weekend,
coming up
on
on the 22nd, 23rd of August. The RNA Showgrounds in Brisbane, and then you know the September dates?
19th.
And 20th? Yeah, 19th
And they
and
can get
20th.
that through emailing, emailing me and stuff.
And normally it's the Life to the Max. It's a real 2-day workshop. It's transformational. It's life changing. We've done it all over the world for $1,000 a seat, sold out everywhere we go.
The person who told me about that said she paid the $1,000 some time ago. She loved it. She got way more than $1,000 worth of value for her and her partner. In fact, they got a referral there that tripled the amount of the cost.
Because we teach, you know, we make sure we have a joint venture table where you can network with everybody else in the room. That's just one of the added benefits. But because of what's going on in the economy and everything, we wanted to make it very affordable for everybody, so it's not a big thing on your purse strings to get out. And so we're making only a $99 registration fee. And the reason we're even charging anything is because when you do free seminars, first 1,000 people register and 200 show up.
Yep.